Hello and welcome back to everyone, respect and to another edition of AEW Collision Out of 10. This week's show continued the ongoing tag tournament that starts on Dynamite with FTR versus Jet Speed, but the main attraction on the Saturday show was two title matches, the RH Women's title and the TNT title, and we started things off with that match, Dustin Rhodes defending against Lee Moriarty, of course continuing the Chicago residency. The challenger refused the handshake, which features his heelish persona. It started with some simple hammerlocks and counters. Shane Taylor taunted the Natural as Moriarty kept him grounded in submissions, but the champ never stayed down for long. He brought the fight to his much younger opponent and did a great job keeping up with him. This is one of the matches that doesn't need much of a story. You put a skilled veteran in the ring with a hungry young challenger and you're going to get a good performance 99 times out of 100. They paced themselves well, so this never felt like rushing from one spot to the next. They made sure each move counted and was sold appropriately, and when it came to time to build towards the finish, they started picking up the pace. Moriarty saved himself from the pin following a cross race, but got his feet on the ropes and almost made enough of a comeback to win, but the Natural was able to get the win and retain his title. Fletcher and Callis came out after the match and taunted the champ and demanded a shot. Rhodes agreed and offered to make it a street fight, so yeah, very excited for that match when it's going to happen, and this was pretty solid too. I think it tied in well to the characters, etc. So 6 out of 10. Moving on then to the Bang Bang Gang versus Big Bill and Brian Keith. With Cogton injured, Juice Robinson took his place in this match, and the Bounty Hunter and Juice started talking a little trash before locking up to start the match. After a bit, Austin and Bill came in to take over. The big man took control but was also limping a bit. The show went to break with Bill firmly in control and toying with Austin. We returned to see Austin trying desperately to make a tag. A solo tag match that allowed Robinson to shine after spending so much time on the shelf. It's sad that it had to happen because Colton's injured, but he did a good job serving here. The Collision Cowboys were able to secure the win and advance for the next match with FTR. A decent match, and yeah, probably the right result. Looking forward to that match. 6 out of 10. Before, Max Caster was in the ring for another open challenge, and it was old partner Anthony Bowens with Billy Gunn. He grabbed the famed Peyton and destroyed it after dominating Caster for the first minute. He yelled at Caster, claiming to be the best wrestler alive as he continued diminishing offense. He hit the money with a quick and decisive win. Surprisingly, Bowens kept attacking Caster until Gunn pulled him off. Bowens looked like he might attack, but Gunn walked away. Intriguing. Yeah, some story to this one. Better than the usual Max Caster stuff. Before we got Hechicero, Lance Archer and the Infantry versus Outrunners, Hologram and Ishii with £400,000 on the line. Bravo and Ishii started 13th. Ishii ate some chops in the corner before no selling and responding with his own shots. The match followed the usual routine. Everyone took turns bragging in and out until it broke down with a brawl. Ishii and Hechicero had the best exchange of match, but the Outrunners were clearly crowd favourites and they got the pin to claim £400,000. I mean, the match was alright, but I'm just kind of getting tired of these money matches. Yeah, it's just a cheap way to book a match, but nonetheless, I go at 6 out of 10. AEW's newest group with Thekla, Sky Blue and Julia Hart then made its debut against Rachel Ellering, Maserati and Laney Luck. Hart started with the match against Luck and seemed to have control easily. She hit an old school front of the top rope before tagging in Blue to take over. This could have been a simple squash, but Ellering's team managed to get a lisk offense. It wasn't much, but it kept him from being a proper squash. While we did get a few good moments, it felt like this was not planned out ahead, so it didn't quite hit the way it was maybe supposed to. Thekla got the pin 13, but Queen Aminata came out with a steel chair as they celebrated. Megan Bain showed up and attacked Aminata as everyone else watched and laughed. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Yeah, wasn't a whole lot to it. Before, Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian took on Angelo and AR Fox. And yeah, this came about after a backstage confrontation. Even though it wasn't a squash, it was still booked as a quick match to establish Wayne and Sabian as a duo following their split from Christian. It was surprising it had enough time for a break, especially since there was still the main event after this. Most of what we saw was good, but it's just kind of the flow that makes it interesting to watch, with Wayne and Sabian getting a win. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. This week's main event saw Athena put the title on the line against Alex Windsor. They locked up and pushed each other around the ring, trying to get control, but the ref finally forced a clean break in the corner. These two didn't hold anything back in a very physical match. Athena's known for being a little stiff. And yeah, it was great. I think it's great for Windsor to keep up with it. The wrestler passed the top of the hour, and both shows what they can do into overtime. The Forever Champ got the victory over the finisher, but Windsor took her to the limit. Billy Stark and Athena kept attacking Windsor until Tony Storm came out to make the save. Big quote for that. I think, a good showing for Windsor. Athena was always going to be retaining, but it was a decent match. 7 out of 10. And overall, Collision gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought, it was a decent show on the whole. some really good matches on there. Some bits that maybe I wasn't quite sure of, but I thought, it was kind of a run-on-the-mill Collision, a pretty decent show on the whole, 6 out of 10.
That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.